And I understand that we're talking about, the 1.8. So the 1.8, by the way, is actually is by groups, just to clarify, and by countries, right? So in Africa, as an example, even though we're not in Africa, their rate is 6.6. As in for they're having, well, you already know what that means. And then, but let's since we're in America, for the Black community is actually 2.2 right now, and it's 1.8 for white, it's 4.6 for Hispanics, which is why they're all about the immigration control partially as well. So all that being said, is that it's not everybody who's not having kids anymore. There's a certain group of people who have concerns about the fact that their group is no longer having kids. And there has been a decline because what one group does, the Black community have a tendency in America to follow. But the world continues to populate itself. But once again, the sole point that I'm about to make is if you want to be Johnny Appleseed ass nigga, then go ahead and find you a woman who's receptive to your Appleseed and fertilize her land. Don't
There's a
go and find a woman who don't want to, and then don't try to shame her into trying to have a child, because her purpose, while you say her womb is her purpose, whether she can have it or can't have the child, she may find purpose and validation in something else. Like I said, the community, you talk about the community aspect, there are people who can be teachers to those children. There's people who can,
teacher and a mom.
what you say?
You could be a
You
teacher
said
and a
you could be
mom.
a
You just
teacher to mom.
talking. You just talking.
No,
Like you
I'm
could be a
saying
teacher and a
that they
mom.
can, but that's not,
I
they
don't.
don't feel that's their purpose. They don't want to have children. They want to be other. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole
No,
village
you're
concept.
not. This is
I
why
am hearing. I heard
This is
you.
why I'm saying you're
I
not
just
listening with
disagree.
emotional ears. Let me ask you a question. Do you not think that there are some women out here who are listening to rhetoric that's not true to themselves, that will find themselves down the road regretting certain decisions, like not having kids? You think that's possible?
I would agree if they're not being true
Okay,
to
cool.
themselves, but they need
I'm
to reflect on themselves and their decisions
I thought I was
prior
very
to.
clear. I'm talking, I don't think y'all really get it. There's a lot of people out here moving. We've heard enough conversations. Oh, women are out here acting like this. And we'll say, no, they're not. Y'all are listening to podcasts. And we'll hear how people are letting things influence their decisions in real time. Agree or disagree? Does anybody
I would
disagree
agree
with
with
that?
that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm hearing a lot of young women on this fucking fake ass, oh, I want to be the rich auntie train, not thinking about the implications down the road. Because what they're doing is abdicating the desire for having a children or a family because they're being selfish. I just rather do what I want to do. I just want to always consider me and not have to consider anybody else. And at some point in time, that level of selfishness, when you hear about it down the road, a la Tracy Ellis Ross, she probably packaged it neatly and whatnot, but she probably didn't tell you all the other therapy she had to go through to arrive at whatever version of healing that she arrived at. So yes, for the woman who's thought through the implications, sure, don't have kids. What I'm saying is there are a lot of people who are making choices that are not their own. And beyond that, because we've become more selfish, we're only thinking about our timelines and ourselves, there are a lot of ways that we're seeing selfish behavior manifest itself. So how is it not possible for y'all to imagine that there's a group of people, and I'm sorry, when y'all were the ones blessed and cursed with a womb, it's not a knock. It's just is what it is. It doesn't, we're not the same, right? So I'm saying, given that environment, y'all can't imagine a space and a place where people are being conditioned to run away from blackness, to run away from humanity, from running away from community. Y'all think, oh, it's just Nick trying to be a chauvinist? No, because guess what, S&M, you talk about just go out there and be a seed dropper. Guess what? In our community, there's a lot of women who are already becoming seed receptacles or
I
receptacles,
agree
whatever the
with
proper
that.
word is. So what the fuck are we talking about? Women who probably shouldn't be having kids are already having kids. So that's not even an argument that we're really having for real, because for the women who are educated, and what you didn't talk about though, as far as that 2.2 number, the more money you have, the more education you have, et cetera, that number goes down. So if you're talking about the 2.2 for all the black folks, guess what happens? The niggas who get uppity, the niggas who have, the niggas who ascend, sometimes they don't have the same feeling of responsibility to the community. Agree or disagree? If we're talking about economically, oh, he got rich and he gets with a white girl. Yeah, guess what? When people get better off, they feel less responsible for everybody else, including those women who are more educated, making more money, who are making the decision to be all about themselves, to the point that they can't even find another man to get with to even have kids in the first fucking place. How is it not selfish? Sorry.
Okay,
What are we talking about?
I wanna go ahead and let this one go simply because I don't wanna go down the railroad tracks of, oh, so we talking about responsibility and community responsibility. and I'm gonna stop it there because you know what I was about to do was a whataboutism. So I'm gonna stop it right there so we can stay on time and on track here.